Okay. Interesting. Now, where do I see? Hello, if you're watching, I apologize. I'm just testing a few things. This is Brian for the Peerless Gamer. Just testing my OBS out. One of the things I wanted to do with this at some point is to do live shows of the Ironsworn Starforged campaign that I'm doing online. And so I like the idea of testing it with the simulated test, but really I think the only way you can get things done is by testing it proper. So, all the broken people, put your hands up high. You loosen up, you might just touch the sky. Testing stream. Ah, here we go. Oh, I've got two of them running now. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Because I normally stream on Twitch, my other stream, and I simulcast to YouTube. And here I am streaming directly to YouTube, which is different. So I'm sure other people do it. Oh, 1440p. Okay, so I'm getting a pretty decent bandwidth chat rate. Okay, I have chatters. Wow, all right. Top chat, all chat. There we go. Hello. I actually appreciate everybody, who have watched and listened to my previous 13 episodes of my Ironsworn solo campaign. It's something I've never done before, and really it's taken me about 2.5 years to get to the point where I felt like I could be somewhat confident enough to do so. So I am very happy that people are at least watching it, in that case. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Like, hey, maybe it's too long. Maybe I need to cut it down to, 45 minutes, or, I'm not an actual play role player like, Critical Role in them, which is like 3+ hours in a session, which I can't really swing that. Not without a lot of prep time or a weekend day where I can do that. So, wow, I actually have a viewer. That's weird. Maybe I may be actually watching my own stream, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, say hello if you're on, if you're somebody else other than the concurrent viewer, which is me. For those of you watching for the first time ever, it's a solo role-playing campaign that I play with. I have a play screen that I use with a virtual dice rolling tabletop system made out of the Unity engine. So the dice rolling is different. I've actually found a couple of tools on the Ironsworn Reddit that are using things like, I forget what they call it. There's another tabletop RPG that you can use this as a plugin. I think it's called Iron Vault, that can turn it into something that will play Ironsworn, which is great. I actually have accounts on like D&D Beyond, Obsidian. It's on Obsidian, that's what it is. And so, just trying to figure out what things look like. I may not always be playing Ironsworn. I was actually looking at maybe running the new Dc20 stuff, which I don't know if you've had a chance to see it, but it's Dc20. It's from the Dungeon Coach guy. Wait, one sec. Blogging scene play screen. There you go. So from the Dungeon Coach, he has a TTRPG. Of course, I kickstarted it because, as I have mentioned, I don't know if I've mentioned it here, but I'm a Kickstarter whore for anything RPG related. As of 21 June, which is when I'm recording this, 1.64 million US dollars. Still has 10 days to go. 15,000 backers. Of course, I pledged a $30 level because, like I said, I can't not. So one of the questions I did ask the guy in the Kickstarter was, how does it work with solo role play? Because there's other systems out there, several YouTube channels where you can go and look, and some of them are like, you got to read this story all the way through, build your narrative. And I had ideas kind of like where it was, you're like, if you use Curse of Strahd, for instance, or something like that, there's going to be, milestones or places that you're supposed to visit. And unless the players give you those prompts or you push your players, railroad them, if you will, into the place, you're going to have to figure out how the dice rolls are going to land so that you get there. So it's interesting, especially if you want to play a module versus like something pre-made, or you just want to run by the seat of your pants. Like if I wanted to play Curse of Strahd, or if I wanted to play Vecna, the latest Vecna one, which goes from 1 to 20 or what have you. There's a good bit of planning there, right? And rewrite. I actually found like Rime of the Frost Maiden. People were like, yeah, it's a great module, but you got to rewrite a lot of it. And I was like, why? You shouldn't have to, but completely understand if it doesn't fit for everybody, or maybe it doesn't fit in their current campaign. I don't have a current campaign, so I'm wondering how that might work for somebody who is who's coming into a green. So I'm looking at different options, different opportunities there. At some point, I will figure out how Mythic works. I don't know how that works right now because I find it a lot of bookkeeping. So what I'm trying to do is to find a system that doesn't have a lot of bookkeeping, where I need to figure out, I haven't moved everything when I upgraded to 2K on this. So yeah, let's just put that at the top. There we go. So yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. So there's the DC20, which I'm going to be a poor substitute for all of the other content creators out there that have a bunch of shit on there. But they're simplifying the attributes. So instead of strength, dex, con, whiz, intelligence, charisma, they have might, agility, intelligence, and charisma. And you can go to the DC20 website. You can actually go to the YouTube channel and have a listen to some of the live streams that he's done. He's actually done some actual play of those. Here's the new armor system. So he's talking about, how some things are wrong there. He has a nice speaking voice, but some of the things that, to be honest, so when you go through the TT, the breakdown and all this stuff, and you see some of the pictures, the one thing that got me, and I was like, I like to be equal opportunity where I can. I found that a lot of the pictures that they had mentioned, except for, this looks new, but it felt like a lot of the pictures fighters were masculine presenting, and the magic users were feminine presenting. And so it's good that it looks like some of the pictures have been updated to include more, like fighters being feminine presenting, that kind of thing. So I do like some of the mechanics he's put into place, like if you kind of like the DC system. So if it's a DC 15, you roll a 25, you're actually going to do more damage because it's increasing that level of stuff. It's very similar in way that I've seen from what is it? So there's a mechanic like where if you roll a 6, you roll again and you add that damage, and if you roll another 6, you roll that, roll again. So it's almost like compounding dice or something like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, what I wanted to, oh yeah, boy, it's definitely updated some of the pictures here. New martial system. Stamina points is very similar to mana points, which I'm kind of cool with, because it's like, maybe you want to cast a fireball at level 1. Well, you're not going to get a fireball. You may get a fire, this kind of thing. But, it's going to cost you mana. It's going to cost you stamina or something like that. So once you are done with magic points, then, that's it for the day. The other thing that I have found with live action RP, especially at 5th edition, is everything is fine up until you get to about level 10, and then you start getting too many options. And with like high rollers or critical role or whatever, you have 7 people at the table, and you have 7 different people with 7 different plans, and they all have 5 different ways that they could do 3 different plans. And by that time you've got, where you're like fast forwarding like 20-30 minutes for them to figure out a plan, only to have the first roll be a natural 1, and then everything goes to shit. And it's like, ugh, okay. And I get it. They have to plan, but invariably the minute you roll a die and it doesn't go your way, your plan is fucked. So what I like seeing is a simplified action system. So there's like four, what is it? It's four things. There's, you can attack, you can meaningful social mechanics. That's great. Where is it? There was like 4 action points that you can do in the system. It's like you can attack, move, attack or cast, I think, and then there's a bonus action, and then you get an additional action, or it's like a riposte or a reaction kind of roll thing. So there's a lot of classes in here. It says they're reimagined. They look an awful lot like stereotypical ones that you see. I think this is a picture I saw. I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of dudes, a lot of people who aren't. And then you got the spell blade. Yeah, I think everybody's going to have magic at some point. So we'll see. It would have been nice to see something other than the typical D&D stuff, but I understand you gotta kind of ease people into a new system that isn't 5e but is 5e, right? So yeah, you want people to use it. It can't be like, oh, I'm not the wizard, I'm the magic creator 101 person or something like that. And so you've got a barbarian, a fighter, and a commander, or the battle master, or whoever, the tactician kind of person, which is cool. And you've got your typical sorcerer, wizard, clerics, your monk, your warlock. So pretty much every D&D one is there. The Spellblade is something new, which I don't know if he's actually put anything out about that yet. So I only do electronic rewards usually because I don't like dead trees, and I don't like waiting for my books, which I've kickstarted too many things where I was like, oh, the books are on a container ship and it'll take 8 weeks to get here, and then it gets stuck in the Suez Canal and then it never gets here. So if you still can potentially go and pledge and get a PDF of the core rules, and nice and simple, and then any applicable stretch goals you'll get as well. So obviously apparently I have to wait until June 2025, but there is an alpha of this. I think if you join his Discord, you can get access to like the alpha playtest stuff, which should be more than enough to get you to where you need to if you want to play. He's got tons of videos online here on how to use the system with regards to that, creating spellcasters, how they're unique. Let me see, what is it? Armor updates. So if you follow the Discord, then you'll probably get any kind of updates that he's talked about. There's other system parts that you can go and look at there. So I had actually planned on doing episode 14 at some point live. The plain fact of the matter is I'm about to take a work trip to Dublin, Ireland, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do a live show for the game. So I'm going to have to take a mulligan on episode 14. If I do it, it will be in a hotel room in Ireland, and then I'll do the editing when I get back next week. But I will work on that. It is, I'm actually kind of having fun with it. It gives me ideas when I'm out walking on, hey, where would I like to take the game? Obviously with a roll of the dice, it can change things for the good or the evil. But yeah, I'm just trying to move things through. And I understand it's not for everybody. So if you are interested in another system, I'd love some feedback. I'm doing 5e because I paid for DC20, but there's other ways of playing 5e stuff without using DC20. We can actually homebrew some stuff into place. I've got gobs, literally more books than you have in your room. from an electronic point of view, or from places, from friends that can give me what I need. So, yeah, so 15 minutes in, that's not bad. Let me see, playtest quality. Everything's working fairly well. That's awesome. Very cool. So yeah, close that. Literally, I'm packing right now. That's my packing list for my flight tomorrow on the 22nd of June. So, whoa! Point by feet system. Oh, new way to build and customize characters. See, the one thing I've got an issue about with a lot of games is I know people want to throw fireballs, but I would love to have a fighter that didn't need magic weapons to be good. And I don't know if that's possible or not. So looks like there's plenty of stuff on his website if you were interested in purchasing any homebrew stuff. Looks like he's got a ton of homebrew stuff that you could use for 5e and for DC20. Looks like they're both, what do you call that? Compatible, right? Ooh, perks. Bonus level up perks is a system to give your character custom features and abilities when they level up or whenever you want. It adds a unique gameplay mechanic or even more flavor to your characters. 200 dynamically different perks. 50 generic bonus perks for any class, 42 class-specific perks, 3 for each of the 13 classes plus a Scion class, 121 unique bonus perks covering each subclass in all of D&D, and 7 from the Scion. There's one subclass that gets 2 perks. I wonder which one that is. I'm guessing it's the Scion because he's mentioned it a few times. Oh, and he's got a YouTube video talking about the custom D&D characters. Okay. Oh, and he has a patron too. Okay. I don't know, if we ever do get popular here at the Peerless Gamer. I'm just trying to figure out how it might be that we can support each other. Me with content that you want to see, and you with however it is you wish to support us. And as somebody who has done podcasts of other subjects for almost 10 plus years, word of mouth is always very good. So, yeah. So I have Discord, which I could invite you to, but it's going to be somewhat. There's information security, which is my day job and my side gig, and this is my second side gig, which is some kind of passion project that is completely not related to security. That I'm like, I need to do something other than security. So. But yeah, you can join us over there. I have a Reddit, but I haven't. This is probably the first time I've ever announced it or mentioned it to anybody. Let me go and get it, because I have one. Because I was like, oh, we should think about a forum or something. I was like, oh, well, we could do a Discord, but everybody has a Discord, right? And I find that it's. Oh, okay. Well, I'm officially announcing the Discord to the Reddit. So Peerless Gamer. I am the mod on there. So if you're interested, there's one member, me, and come join us. I need to put some community settings in. Don't be a dick. Be nice. I'll ban you. That kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely come in and say hello. I don't know. First post gets some dice. Yeah, there we go. Well, I better make a post real quick if I want to get my own dice. But I would say if you're watching this and you see it and you go and to the Reddit and I don't want to say don't say first post, but something of content like, hey, thanks for the stream or whatever. I'll send you a set of dice. Now I have to contact you some way, so either hit me up on the DMs, or if there's something within reason, if you don't want dice, I can get you some nice dice. Actually, you know, I could send you some of my dice, like legitimate dice I've had that I've played with, if you want to go that route too. But I will need your address, or you know, to be able to send you something to Amazon, or send me your wish list, and I'll just, you know, buy it that way and have it shipped to you. So we can do something like that. So, all right, well, not going to be long, just testing quality of the stream on YouTube here, but I'm glad this seemed to work out fairly well. So I am going to go. Have a good day. Take care of yourself, because as I'm fond of saying on my stream, my InfoSec stream, you're the only you have. And have a great weekend. Bye, y'all. See, that was supposed to work where, you know, it's supposed to have video and stuff. So bye. Bye-bye.